Hi, everybody. This is John Fanta with Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Barn at ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.
From P.T. Langston Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University, this is Ouachita Softball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Chris Babb. Glad you're with us for Game 3 of this three-game Great American Conference Series between Ouachita and Henderson State. This is the rubber match. Ouachita won Game 1 Thursday night, 11-10. Henderson State won Game 2 just a few minutes ago, 6-3. And we are ready for Game 3, the rubber match, in this also important Great American Conference Series. Katie Amador gets a start in the circle for Ouachita. Amador started Thursday night's game. She's the reigning GAC Pitcher of the Week after throwing a no-hitter last weekend. Hillary Akers, Tatum Biddick, Josie Copeland starting things off. First pitch in Game 3, right up the middle, a base hit. 3:06 is the time for first pitch, and we are underway in Game 3, much like the start of Game 2. Banks had some tremendous defensive work in the field, including the catch of a line drive that ended Game 1. Tatum Biddick sacrifices Banks to second base. Nice play by Reagan McCoy coming in to field her position, covering by Remington Adams. Biddick is retired on the sacrifice bunt for out one, and Akers is advanced to second base. Josie Copeland to the plate with a runner in scoring position. That pitch gets away. It's a wild pitch that will advance Akers to third base. So now Henderson State quickly, with one out in the top of the first, has a runner 60 feet from getting a quick lead in the top of the first of Game 3. Copeland was 0 for 3 in Game 1. Grounds that one to McCoy. 5-3 put out. Akers not able to advance. And so Ouachita is one out away from getting out of this early jam. Aspen Beatty is the designated player. She bats fourth. Action this weekend. Beatty is a junior from Las Vegas, Nevada. First pitch from Katie Amador is a strike. Beatty with 29 at-bats this season. 5 hits in those 29 at-bats. Gets the start at DP. The 0-1 pitch misses inside. Ball one. Beatty checks her swing and did not check her swing. I think the umpire indicated that was strike 2. The scoreboard has 2 and 1, but I think he indicated that was not a check swing. Pitch just misses inside, and definitely 2 strikes on the board because you saw the Ouachita, from our vantage point up top, the Ouachita infield walked off thinking that was strike 3. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. The scoreboard still has 3 and 1, but it is 2 and 2. Check swing. Foul ball. Josie Golden on deck if Beatty gets on base. Pop up, and Katie Amador comes out of the circle to make the catch for the third out. So Hillary Akers continues her solid weekend in the field and at the plate by getting Henderson State its first hit of the game, but she's stranded at third base, and the Radies get no runs on one hit, no Ouachita errors, one runner left on base. To the bottom of the first, Henderson State 0. Tigers coming to bat after this timeout on OSDN, presented by Taylor King Law.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side. Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
The bottom of the first we go. Tigers will have Remington Adams, Morgan Ewer, Elena Lyle, Emily Reed, Addison Davidson, Jesselyn Aarons, then Jordan Barrett, Carly Burrow, and Reagan McCoy. In the circle for Henderson State, Lacey Kelly, a 5'9" freshman from Laverne, Arkansas, Laverne, Alabama. First pitch, opposite field to Remington Adams, base hit. Adams jumped on the first pitch she saw from Jersey Cabana in game 1 earlier today. The first 2 at-bats, those are all flyouts to left field to Macy Hoskins, but she goes opposite field and finds a hole between first and second base. And now Morgan Ewer in. My apologies on the Laverne. The roster was printed off for Henderson State as Morgan Ewer fouls that one down, has the states cut off, and Laverne A. I just went with Arkansas. My apologies for that. Kelly, this is her 8th start, 11 appearances, 26 2/3 innings pitched this season. Oh-2 after Ewer attempts the bunt. Kelly, a solid career at Laverne High School, 768 strikeouts. The 0-2 pitch is low for ball 1. Let's set the defensive lineup for Henderson State. Very similar to what we've seen. Macy Hoskins in left, Maisie Jones in center, Tatum Biddick in right, Hillary Akers at third, J.R. Albeater at short, Josie Golden at second, Josie Copeland at first, and Paige Brandis behind the plate. The 1-2 pitch, line drive. Oh! There's a party deck down the left field line. It's covered by a roof, but that one caught the underneath of one of the posts and then hopefully didn't catch some of the Tiger fans sitting out there. That's where a lot of the families with kids end up, and it looks like we have gotten the all clear. There's nobody scurrying around anyway. The 1-2 pitch almost hits the leg of Ewer, but she stood in there. That allowed Adams to steal second. 9th stolen base on the season from Remington Adams. Ground ball to short. Albeater looks Adams back, and a nice strong throw to Copeland to retire Morgan Ewer 6-3. More importantly for Henderson State, it keeps Remington Adams at second. With Elena Lyle coming to the plate. Mentioned in the game one, if you were with us, the baseball team's also playing this weekend. Washita won game one Thursday night and with a 10-1 lead in the top of the sixth inning in game two of the series. Game one of the doubleheader going on right now at Clydeberry Field across the street. Elena Lyle with a runner in scoring position and one out. High fly ball to left field. Hoskins gives chase and makes a tremendous catch in foul territory. Because her momentum was taking her towards the fence, she was able to make the catch, but Remington Adams was also able to tag up at second base and advance to third. So Elena Lyle with the foul fly ball to left field for the second out in a tremendous play by Macy Hoskins. There you see her catching it and then checking up right before the fence. That did allow Adams to advance to third, and Emily Reed to the plate for Washita with an RBI opportunity. Reed came into today batting .286, the team lead in home runs with the single season home run record she set last week. The 1-0 pitch catches the inside and low part of the zone for strike one to even the count. So Washita escaped a scoring opportunity from Henderson State, stranded a runner in the third in the top of the first. The Reddies trying to do the same here in the bottom of the fray. That's going to go right back up the middle. The pitch was on the outside half of the plate. Reed went with it and took it right back up the middle for a two-out RBI single. Scoring Remington Adams from third. Tigers get first blood in the second game of today's doubleheader on an RBI single from Emily Reed. And that is her 43rd and team leading 43rd RBI of the season. That brings up Addison Davidson. Davidson gets around on it, foul down the left field line just outside of the third base bag. That ball's probably a little wet. Macy Hoskins had it slip out of her hands when she threw it back in. They'll wipe it off, and they are ready to go. Quickly 0-2 on Davidson. Nice recognition of the alumni in attendance between games here on Mike McGee Alumni Weekend at P.T. Langston Field. A good number of alumni and their families have come back. 1-2, it's a fly ball. Nice job, but it just goes off the top of the glove of Josie Golden at second base. Reed was running on contact since there were two outs. She advances to third. It was a tremendous effort by Golden at second. She dropped the foot and almost was able to catch that one, but it was just out of her reach despite the effort. And so now the Tigers have runners at the corners with two outs for Jesselyn Ahrens. Ahrens, fly ball to right field. And Taylor Biddick fights off the sun and comes in to make the catch for the third out of the inning, retiring Jesselyn Ahrens. But the Tigers do draw first blood. They get one run on 3 hits, no Henderson errors, 1 Tiger left on base. We've completed 1 inning. Tigers up by 1. We'll be back after this timeout on OSDN, presented by Taylor King Law.
Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
Owned by Washita alumni, Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more in downtown Arkadelphia is a must-stop for everyone. Stop by in the morning for fresh coffee, a specialty coffee drink, or a full breakfast. Come back at lunch, or in the evening for burgers like the Primo Burger, the pulled pork burger, or the mac and cheese burger. Maybe it's a salad, a wrap, a quesadilla, or one of our varieties of pizza. And don't forget to top it off with a sweet treat that puts the cherry on top of a great meal. That's Java Primo on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia.
Josie Golden leads things off for Henderson State. It'll be 5-6-7 for the Reddies against Washita's Katie Amador in the circle. Time is called, and we'll start again. Amador gets the strike on the first pitch. Josie Golden came into today the third leading hitter on the team for average for Henderson State at .287. 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored in game one earlier today. 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a run scored Thursday night. It's been a productive first 2 games of the series for Josie Golden, the senior from North Little Rock. That one catches the corner for strike 2. So far, it looks like the umpire being generous to the pitchers on the corners, just from our vantage point. Not that generous, though, and the count is even at 2. Nice job by, I think, Amador with the nod of the head, saying, I think I'm just going to try to nibble out there and see how much I can get. We've seen some strike calls on the chalk. Pop up, foul ball, out of play. That one kind of plugged. It was like a 9-iron that kind of landed on the green and just plugs. No backspin or anything. Ground ball, foul. So nice job by Golden of staying alive. Lots of rain yesterday. That's why the series was Thursday, Saturday. Lot of rain in Arkadelphia yesterday. I think 2 years ago that had happened. There's no way this game would have been played. They did some work on the outfield before last year because it did hold water and impact the ability to play games. 2-2 plunks Golden on the right leg, and so Golden becomes the second leadoff batter to reach for the Reddies. It was a single from Akers in the first, and now a hit batsman from Josie Golden. Amador has pitched 140 2/3 innings coming into today's game. A chunk of those came in the 15-inning game against Arkansas Tech when she pitched 12 1/3. Foul ball back to the net. Jay Albeater to the plate. 1 for 3 with a run scored earlier today. Thursday night 0 for 4, so 1 for 7 on the series. Squares around a bunt, but pulls it back for ball 1. Henderson State had 10 hits in game 1 today. And it came from 8 different players. Multi-hit games from Hillary Akers and Tatum Biddick. player in the Henderson lineup that didn't get a hit in game one. So they got 10 hits and they spread it around the lineup. It's productive offensive effort by the Reddies. 2-2 the count now after that one's fouled down the line. It's a warm day today. I think the temperature somewhere close to 80 degrees, but it's not very humid. 76 degrees, not humid at all. As if you're in the shade, it feels really, really nice. There's a little breeze that's come up. The flag out in center field is still hanging down, so it's not enough to blow the flag, but 2-2 pitch. Fly ball to center field. Jesselyn drops back and makes the catch, ranging to her left over the shoulder. So F8 for the first out of the inning, and Aarons battles the sun and makes the catch in the right center field gap. 205 on the fence out there, and she was probably right at the 200-foot marker. Now we go to Paige Brandis, batting 8th in the Henderson lineup. 3 RBI in game one today, and that was on a 3-run homer. Wow, what a stretch from Remington Adams to get the lead runner. Reagan McCoy throws to second base where Adams is covering. Golden is out 5-4 on the force play. Brandis reaches on a fielder's choice, and so the lead runner is out, keeps a runner out of scoring position. Now 2 outs for Macy Hoskins. 2 home runs Thursday night for the junior from Bryant. Amador gets the inside black of the plate. That's a tough pitch for Hoskins to hit. Stays where she is in the box. See if Amador comes right back to that inside part. She does, but it was too far inside and almost caught Hoskins' foot. Tries to get the outside part of the plate. Didn't get the call that time. 2-1. Adams at second base thought it might have caught enough of the plate to get a strike call, but did not, and so 2-1 pitch on the way. They're going to throw over. I think Hoskins thought it hit her foot. Hoskins still signaling that it hit her foot. I thought maybe Coach Joel Worthington would come out, but he had left the coach's box and conceding the out. So Hoskins is retired. I was waiting for there to be a challenge or a conversation, but no go. And so 5-3 is the put out. We go to the bottom of the second. Tigers trying to add to a 1-run lead after this timeout.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Washita.
Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
This is how it ended the inning. We're trying to see if my view there, it's really close. Looks like it might have hit the dirt, but Hoskins sure thought it hit her foot. Can't really tell, that was in the shadows. But regardless, the third out was made on the 5-3, and we go to the bottom of the second. Thanks to guys in the truck for pulling that one up for us. The Java Primo game recap. Henderson State, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. Washita, 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. Baseball update, still 10-1 Washita in the bottom of the 6th. Our feed has kind of stopped because we have spotty internet on the iPad here, so that may be farther along in the game than that. Time is called as Brandis has to come get a different device for the communication between dugout and catcher for pitch selection. I was going to say PitchCom, but that's a brand. It's kind of like saying, go get me a Coke. We're ready to go now. It's 7-8-9 for the Tigers. Jordan Merritt, Carly Burrow, Reagan McCoy. And first one's inside. Merritt has had quite the weekend. Came into this weekend with 1 home run on the season. Excuse me, and she's had 2 Thursday night and one Thursday. Had 2 home runs on the season. Had a grand slam Thursday night and 2 earlier today in game 1. 2-0 pitch catches the plate for strike 1. Merritt, a junior from Wiley, Texas. Fouls that one back, 2-2 early. Lacey Kelly has done a nice job of going inside and outside to keep the Ouachita batters off balance a little bit. Low for ball 3. Ball 4, and so we've had 4 half innings. Top of the first, bottom of the first, top of the second, bottom of the second, and the leadoff batter in all 4 of those innings has reached. For Henderson State and Ouachita both, in the first it was a single, and then for both teams in the second, there's a free base. Golden for Henderson was hit by a pitch to lead off the second. And Merritt walks to lead off the second for Ouachita. Now Carly Burrow to the plate. Got the start in the circle for Ouachita in game 1. Starting in right field, in game 2. Burrow, a junior from Paragould, Arkansas, batting .250, has 56 at-bats. Does have 10 RBI and 3 home runs. Squares to bunt. Ball goes under the bat, strike 1. Jackson calls out the plays from his third base coaching box. Merritt looks at the wristband at first. Burrow at the plate. Ground ball, 6-4. The turn is not in time, and so the lead runner, Merritt, is retired. 6-4 for the first out. And Burrow reaches on a fielder's choice, and that brings up Reagan McCoy.
Now batting, third baseman, number 17, Reagan McCoy.
McCoy, line drive / fly ball to Biddick in right field for the second out. We go back to the top of the order to Remington Adams.
Now batting, second baseman, number 1, Remington Adams.
Adams led off the first inning. The first pitch she saw from Lacey Kelly took to right field for a base hit. She bats with 2 outs, and Carly Burrow on first base. And that changeup caught the left hip of Remington Adams. Now Burrow's in scoring position. Now Morgan Ewer grounded out to short in the first inning. Ewer 0 for 3 in game 1 earlier today, 1 for 3 Thursday. Batting .266 coming into today's game. Does have 21 RBI and 5 home runs, a triple, 9 doubles. So of her 38 hits, 15 of those have been for extra bases. Kelly gets the outside corner to even the count at 1-1, much like we saw Amador get the outside corner at the top of the second. Big spot for Lacey Kelly if she can get out of this one and keep Ouachita off the board and strand a couple of runners. 2-1 now. Elena Lyle on deck for Ouachita if Ewer can reach. Just got a piece of that one, and so it evens the count at 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 on. Second inning. Ground ball, Golden to Copeland, 4-3, retires the side, and the Tigers do strand 2 runners. So no runs on no hits. There was a walk, a fielder's choice, and a hit by pitch. And the Tigers strand 2 runners. We've completed 2, Ouachita 1, Henderson State 0. Back to PT Langston Field after this timeout.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at domino's.com.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by...
We'll let you hear the rest of that commercial some other time. We do appreciate the supporters of OSDN, our sponsors, and any else who would like to support our student program. Appreciate that. 9-1-2 for Henderson State. Maisie Jones quickly down in the count, 0-2 after a strike 1, then a bunt foul. Jones and then Hillary Akers and Tatum Biddick. Jones stays alive. Jones, a 5'9", redshirt junior from Siloam Springs, Arkansas. Transfer from UCA. Amador had one to waste, and that one just not close enough to being appealing for Jones. Katie Amador, 28th appearance 25 of those are starts. Does have 11 complete games. Count is even now, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. That is the first strikeout by Amador today. That gives her 91 on the season. We go back up to the top of the order to Hillary Akers. First pitch she saw in the top of the first was a base hit to left field. She was stranded in the third. Akers came in today batting .354. First pitch misses for ball one. Impressive player at the plate and in the field. Had several tremendous players at the plays at third base. Had 5 defensive putouts. The 1-0 misses. She had 5 putouts from third base. Macy Hoskins had 6 defensive putouts in game 1 from left field. So, and then looking at shortstop too, only a couple there. So Ouachita was getting around on the ball. They just went right to the glove of Hoskins in left and Akers at third. Inside, called strike one. (10-3) in the top of the 7th inning across the street in game 1. The 2-1 pitch lifted into left field and gets down in front of Emily Reed for another single to left field for Hillary Akers. So Akers 2 for 2 in this game. She was 2 for 4 in game 1 today and 1 for 3 Thursday night. That is the 5th hit of the series for Hillary Akers. Brings up Tatum Biddick. Sacrifice bunt in the first inning, which got Akers to second. Thursday night, Biddick was 1 for 2 with 2 runs and 2 walks. Faced Amador twice, I believe. Swing and a miss. Biddick doubled off of Amador in the first inning Thursday night. Reached base in the second. And the 2 times she faced Katie Amador. 2-1 the count now. Foul ball out of play. Had a fan who could have tried to make a play, but she just bailed on it. Got to try to catch that. She said, I don't play softball. She is a soccer player in high school. She doesn't use her hands, so that was kind of threw her off. The 2-2 pitch fouled back to the net, and Biddick stays alive. Check swing, foul down the first baseline, allows Biddick to stay alive. Update some scores from yesterday. Maybe if we have a second, we'll bring up the scores coming into today's action. Scores from Thursday and Friday. Biddick, a high fly ball into shallow center field. Aarons doesn't have to move. She does have to shield the sun. F8 for out number 2. Let's take a look at elsewhere around the GAC from Thursday and Friday.
Now batting, first baseman, number 19,
Josie Copeland to the plate. We'll go over those scores after this half inning is over. Keep it here, not take a break. We'll take a look at some of those other scores. After this half inning, changeup misses upstairs. Trying to check on the East Central and Southeastern Oklahoma State softball series because that could go a long way in determining some seating. 1-0 pitch, ground ball. You are off of 2 hops. Strong throw off the back foot across the diamond in time. 6-3 the putout, retiring Josie Copeland and getting the third out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Ouachita leads 1-0. Let's go ahead and take a look at elsewhere around the GAC this weekend. This was an odd weekend of games, as Thursday, Friday, and Saturday were the schedules because of weather, and even those that were scheduled had to be adjusted. Washington, this is rivalry weekend across the Great American Conference. Harding and Arkansas Tech, UAM and SAU, Ouachita and Henderson State. And the Oklahoma schools playing each other, Northwestern and Southwestern. That's what it looked like coming into today. We had those updated, and then the gremlins kind of got to us, but that's what it looked like other than Oklahoma Baptist and Southern Nazarene coming into today's action. The series that Ouachita is trying to keep an eye on, other than this one, is that one in the top right, Southeastern Oklahoma State at East Central. East Central won 2-1 last night. They were supposed to play 2 yesterday. Weather moved it to 1, and they didn't start that one until about 7:30 last night. So 2 games today. Originally we had those as 12-2, but we're trying to pull up the live stats from East Central and not able to tell that they've started or their live stats aren't working. So in the standings, of the GAC standings, we won't pull that up right now because we're getting ready to start, but East Central is a loss or 2 from being eliminated, or really giving Ouachita, guaranteeing Ouachita a seed in that tournament. So this is not the last weekend of games. Next weekend, the Tigers will be at home as well, but a win combined today in this game, combined with an East Central loss, should clinch a spot in the tournament for Ouachita. Elena Lyle to the plate to start the bottom of the third for Ouachita. Fouled out to the catcher in her first time at bat. Lyle, the freshman from Monticello, Arkansas. 3-0 the count now. And an update on East Central. Just saw why we've not been able to tell any update from today. It's a 4-pitch walk to Elena Lyle. Last night, they played the first game of the series. It was 2-1. They were supposed to play the 2 games today, but on their schedule, on the East Central schedule, that has been moved to tomorrow. So a doubleheader for Southeastern versus East Central tomorrow in Ada. Keep an eye on that tomorrow. Emily Reed to the plate for Ouachita, singled to center field and was stranded in the first. Ouachita trying to put some base runners together. Reed gets under that one, and that is fair. That lands in fair territory by about 3 inches. It got in on the hands of Emily Reed. She was able to put it in no man's land. Even Akers couldn't catch that one. She can catch anything within about a 15-foot radius of herself, of where she stands, but Hoskins was playing too deep, and it landed in fair territory. And so the Tigers have runners at first and second. Pinch runner for Ouachita is going to be Sierra Kemp, sophomore from Valley View, Texas. She's going to run for Elena Lyle. The visit in the circle. There's a pitcher in the bullpen warming up for Henderson State. Looks like she is either ready or is through warming up for the time being. So first and second, nobody out for Addison Davidson. Single to right field in the first inning. Tigers had back-to-back singles from Reed and Davidson. Those came with 2 outs. Davidson looks like she might be trying to advance the runners. Nice pitch by Lacey Kelly to elevate that one to force Davidson to try to raise the bat, and tough pitch to bunt. Fouled it back to the backstop, so Kelly gets ahead in the count 0-1. Good crowd on hand, beautiful afternoon. Davidson fouls that one out of play into the crowd. Oh, 0-2 the count. Tigers have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. That's Parker Rogers. 0-2 ground ball off the glove of Albeater, and it almost went right into the glove of Golden covering second. That would have been a rare 6-4 put out. Instead, you see it go off the glove and then almost right to Golden at second. Instead, it's bases loaded for the Tigers and nobody out. Figure they probably will go E6, and now Jesselyn Ahrens to the plate for Ouachita with nobody out. And the bases loaded. Tigers trying to add to a 1-run lead. It is definitely a big spot. Called strike one. The only thing you could have done that one was to go the other way with it. Kelly doing a nice job of going inside, outside. She comes back in or goes out. That one misses for ball 2. Looks like it's a different pitcher in the bullpen now. Now it's Jersey Cabana. It was a different pitcher a few minutes ago. Ahrens, ground ball. It will score a run, but Reed is forced out at third. So it scores Kemp from third. Reed forced out, 6-5 for the first out. Davidson advances to second, and Ahrens reaches on the fielder's choice, and that brings up Jordan Merritt. Well, if you're the Tigers this weekend, Jordan Merritt is who you want up at the plate right now. 3 home runs on the weekend. Not trying to jinx her or speak anything into existence, but just what it has been. That one catches the bottom part of the zone for strike one. She went down low and pulled one over the left field fence Thursday night for a grand slam. Count even now, 1-1. And picking up just a little bit. Merritt, a high fly ball to left field. It's another one! Jordan Merritt, a 3-run home run. Have a weekend, Jordan Merritt. Whatever she ate Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and today, she just needs to do again. That was more of a line drive, middle. And that was a line drive out of here. A 3-run homer for Jordan Merritt. Well, Wasn't the broadcaster jinx for sure. I'm not going to take credit for speaking it into existence. But regardless, it's a 3-run homer, and the Tigers lead 5-0, and we have a pitching change. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for Henderson State, Avery Howard, when we come back. Jordan Merritt gives the Tigers a 5-0 lead with a 3-run homer in the bottom of the third. Back after this timeout.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation.
Arkadelphia's newest Here you see Jordan Merritt. That was the 3-run homer. I'm going to try to, might not be able to do it. I don't know if we can pull up her grand slam from the other night or not to see where she got that one. This one that she just hit was more at waist level. Thursday night, her grand slam, she went down low to get and pulled that one over the left field fence. 4th home run of the weekend. There you see the Java Primo game recap on your screen there. 5 runs on 5 hits. The new pitcher, for Henderson State, Avery Howard, a 5'7" freshman from Diana, Texas, New Diana High School. This is the 5th appearance for Howard. 4 1/3 innings pitched. She faces Carly Burrow. The count is 1-1. Baseball game still in game 1. Across the street in the 7th inning, Ouachita leads Henderson 10-4. So that game has slowed down a little bit. Howard gets the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Burrow kind of frustrated with herself that she didn't offer it that one. Now she'll have to protect. The count is 1-2. Nice pitch by Howard. She knew that Burrow was looking to swing, threw the changeup short. Burrow did a nice job of holding off. Count is even at 2-2. Burrow, high fly ball to the left field. It's foul. Macy Hoskins gives chase down the left field corner. Burrow steps in again. Howard, first batter. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Howard strikes out the first batter she sees, and we go to Reagan McCoy, the 9-hole batter for Ouachita. Flew out to right field in the 2nd. Outside, ball 1. So now, since East Central and Southeastern are not playing, until tomorrow, we can kind of tell you what the situation looks like for Ouachita. We'll do that after the break because McCoy ends the inning grounding into the 4-3 putout. But the Tigers do get 4 runs on 2 hits. The big one coming from Jordan Merritt, a 3-run homer. We've completed 3 innings. Tigers lead 5-0. Back after this timeout.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of that Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Katie Amador back to the circle for the top of the fourth inning. For the Reddies, it will be 4-5-6. Aspen Beatty, Josie Golden, Jay Albeater. Mentioned Beatty, this is her first action this weekend. Did not play in the first two games. A junior from Las Vegas, Nevada, transfer from Embry-Riddle. Popped up to Amador to end the first inning. And the pitchers are still getting that inside corner. That is a tough pitch to hit for a batter. See if Amador goes inside again. You risk also losing control and hitting a batter. Instead, she goes middle, low part of the zone. It gets Beatty to swing over it. Strike two. The 0-2 count to Beatty. Swing and a miss, strike three. And Beatty is retired for the first out of the fourth inning. That is the second strikeout from Katie Amador. So Josie Golden to the plate now. She was hit by a pitch in the second, then forced out on a fielder's choice. Change up from Amador, misses, so 2-0 the count. So Ouachita currently 13-16 in GAC play. The 2-0 pitch is fouled just about 6 inches to the left of the third base bag. That could have been extra bases. So Ouachita 13-16 with 4 games to play. This is the 30th game, 3 more next week, so 13-16. Henderson State 12-17. Southeastern Oklahoma 11-17, and East Central is 9-19. The 2-1 pitch fouled the other way. So with 5 games to play, East Central can still get to 14 wins if they obviously win the remaining 2 with Southeastern and sweep next week. So they can get to 14 wins. Just misses inside. And the reason we're concerned with East Central is Southeastern 17 is the 8th place in that in the conference standings right now. The 3-2 pitch, a ground ball to Ure, 2 hopper, strong throw, 6-3, second out of the inning. So Ouachita looking to clinch a spot this weekend. A win today in Game 3 would put them at 14 wins. East Central, the most they could get is 14 wins, and so Southwestern Oklahoma State already out of the mix. So if Ouachita gets to 14, East Central gets to 14 as that one's fouled up into the crowd and thankfully does not hit anybody. you go back to the series between Ouachita and East Central. If there's a tie, and Ouachita won that series, Ouachita won that series 2-1. So if they end up in a tie with East Central, Ouachita would end up clinching. So still a lot of stuff to go. Long way to go here in this game, as we're just in the top of the fourth. But it's fun for fans and broadcasters to look at those scenarios and such. Coaches can't look at it in the middle of the game, but they know. Coach Jeff Jackson saying he and Remington Adams were looking at that last night, the 1-1 pitch outside. Sure would like to clinch a spot this weekend if you can, and be able to play freely next weekend and try to win the final series at P.T. Langston Field. But that's a high fly ball to left field and foul. That is a foul ball that missed a home run by about 2 feet. The pole indicating fair or foul is not very tall. Didn't need to be that tall on that one. It was a line drive, and as Gavin Wallace in the trailer said, it was about 2-foot-long Subway sandwiches from being a home run. Instead, it was a long strike, and Amador is a strike away from getting out of the inning. If she can, the 2-2 pitch, ground ball, 2 Hopper. Ewer, throw, Merritt, 6-3. Wash, rinse, repeat, and the Tigers are out of the 4th inning. 3 up, 3 down for Ouachita as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Tigers lead by 5.
Blakelytown is Arkadelphia's gathering space, perfect for weddings, receptions, parties, reunions, showers, corporate outings, and more. Easily accessible for local and out-of-town visitors, Blakelytown features both indoor and outdoor options and is customizable to fit your vision and your needs. Blakelytown is locally owned and operated and proud to serve the Arkadelphia community. Dates fill quickly, so contact Blakelytown today to reserve your space for the event of your dreams.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
One, two, three for the Tigers. Remington Adams, Morgan Ewer, Elena Lyle due up here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Leading off for the Tigers, second baseman, number 1, Remington Adams.
Avery Howard gets a called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch upstairs, ball 1. Adams steps out of the box every pitch, but it seemed like after that first called strike, she stepped out a little bit farther back, like possibly a little low. I don't have a good vantage point from north-south from here, especially at the bottom part of the zone. That was too low for ball 2. The ground ball under the glove of Albeater at shortstop. It wasn't a hard hit ball. Got on top of it just a little bit, and Albeater had too much time to think about it almost and didn't get the glove down far enough, and so Adams will reach most likely on an E6. And you see the ball just go right under the glove of Albeater, and Adams is the 4th leadoff batter in a row for Ouachita to reach base, and that is a bloop single for Morgan Ewer. So the Tigers quickly have something going here in the fourth. Elena Lyle to the plate. Coach Jackson talking to the home plate umpire. Talked about Coach Jackson's substitution and knowing how to use the scorecard and the substitution rules. This is just basically a re-enter for Lyle since they pinch ran for her. The last time she reached base, Sierra Kemp pinch ran for Lyle, I believe. Now Lyle re-enters with runners on first and second and nobody out. Howard starts quickly with a first pitch called strike. One the count now as that one misses low. Delayed steal, and the runners are safe. Can't tell if it was a delayed steal or Adams just got a tremendous read on that one and saw that it was going to be a changeup low, and it was going to be tough for Brandis to field cleanly and then make a throw down. But regardless, smart base running by Adams, and now the Tigers have two runners in scoring position with nobody out. Adams takes a step, and then no need to risk getting the first out at home, especially with Lyle up, the ability to drive home runs. Lyle has 24 RBI on the season. That is second on the team behind Emily Reed. 3-2 the count now as that one caught the light pole. No, it caught one of the light fixtures. I heard a rattle, I looked up, and the ball was coming straight down almost into the Ouachita dugout. It caught one of the light fixtures on the light pole behind the Ouachita dugout. 3-2 the count now to Lyle. Ball four for Emily Reed. Bases loaded, nobody out. Time is going to be called, and Henderson State's going to have a trip to the circle. Bottom of the eighth across the street in the game one of the baseball doubleheader. This is game two of the series. Ouachita won game one Thursday night. They lead 10-4 in the bottom of the eighth in game two of the series. Try to bring you up to speed on some other Great American Conference scores. Obviously, we know that East Central and Southeastern are not playing until tomorrow. We'll leave that alone now because this is a big spot. Emily Reed, the leading home run hitter, the single-season home run record holder now, bats with the bases loaded and nobody out. No place to put Emily Reed. Ooh, she wanted number 18 right there, went after that one. The count is 1-1. Ground ball off of the glove of Albeater. And that was a backhanded attempt. I don't think that's going to go down as an error because it would not have been a routine play to throw. That would have been a tough throw across the diamond to get Reed. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a hit. That was an effort play by Albeater to get there and get the backhand to the glove. Reed gets the RBI. And now Addison Davidson is hit. Ewer scores, and now it is 7-0. Lyle now to third, Reed to second, and Jesselyn Ahrens to the plate with the bases still loaded and nobody out. 7-0 is the Ouachita lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Called strike one. Saw Jesselyn between the game. She said, calm down. This would be a big spot for Jesselyn if she's able to get a base hit and drive a run home. Our scoreboard, there it is. It went out for a second. 1-1 the count now. That one gets away, and that's going to allow a run to score, and that is the 8th run of the game. Reed advances to third, Davidson to second. So now the Tigers are to the point where they hold Henderson State off the scoreboard in the top of the fifth. This one would end by the run rule, but they're still trying to add to it here in the bottom of the fourth. Ahrens, ground ball. That's going to get a run home. Nice play by Albeater to get the out. Reed scores, so it's an RBI, a productive out for Ahrens for the first out. Makes it 9-0, and Jordan Merritt to the plate. She's had a grand slam, a 3-run home, not in this game, this weekend, a grand slam. Had a 3-run homer last at bat, a 2-run homer earlier. With the lead at 9-0 and the way she's been hitting, you've got to think that she's trying to go up there and see what she can do with another one. Fly ball into shallow right field. Golden drifts back and makes the catch, so Merritt is retired F4 for out number 2. And we go to Carly Burrow.
Now batting, right field, number 19, Carly Burrow.
Burrow reached on a fielder's choice in the second, struck out in the third. Gets that one. Nice play by Copeland at first base. Steps on the bag. Nice backhanded play by Copeland at first. And Burrow is retired on the 3 unassisted. But the Tigers do add 4 runs. They had 1 in the first, 4 in the third, 4 in the fourth. And the Tigers lead 9-0. Come back for the top of the fifth after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
Go to the top of the fifth inning. Tigers lead 9-0. Katie Amador back to the circle. Tigers can hold Henderson State to 1 run or less. The game will end in 5. It'll be 7-8-9 for Henderson. Paige Brandis, Macy Hoskins, Maisie Jones. Pop up. Remington Adams calls it off and makes the catch for the first out. Go to Macy Hoskins. Hoskins, junior from Bryant, 2 home runs Thursday night. A good look at Remington Adams there. Hoskins 0 for 1 in game 2 today. 1 for 3 earlier today in game 1. Amador gets the outside part of the plate for strike 1. That's going to be extra bases most likely for Hoskins. Boy, it's actually not. Carly Burrow with a tremendous job. It was out of the screen, so you couldn't see it. But Carly Burrow did a tremendous job of tracking that one down on the right field line to keep Macy Hoskins at first base. Pinch hitter for Henderson State in the 9-hole, Langley Miller, the 5'3" senior from Branson, Missouri, will pinch hit for Maisie Jones. So Langley Miller will pinch hit. Miller batting .250 on the season, only 16 at bats. Coach Jackson going out to the circle to talk to Amador. Miller 16 at bats, 15 games played, 3 starts, batting .250, 4 hits in those 16 at bats. 3 of those have been doubles. She does have 3 RBI on the season. So the situation, we have 1 out in the top of the 5th. Ouachita with the 9-0 lead. Henderson State needs 2 runs to extend this one to the bottom of the 5th. Miller steps in from the left side. Doubt they would want to trade an out just to advance a runner here with 1 out. Big swing for Miller. Fouls it back. Let's take a look at our crew list. We mentioned the students of OSDN. We have a little second between this. Here in game 2, Josiah Wooten, Zach Wigington, Gavin Wallace, Warren Taylor, Miley Holmes, Madeline Baxley, Cody Broussard, all students in our Rogers Department of Communications. So thanks to them today as the 0-1 pitch is on the way outside. Nice job by Davidson of getting out of that, or getting out of her crouch to keep Hoskins at first. I go back to that Carly Burrow play in right field to keep Hoskins at first. If Ouachita is able to get a ground ball here, you put an asterisk by Burrow keeping Hoskins at first. The 1-1 pitch. Changeup misses, ball 2. Amador's frustrated with herself. Second to the circle. Foul ball just to the left of us. The count is 2-2 now. You know, it's good for those players that do have to retrieve those foul balls here at P.T. Langston Field that most of the time, since the hill is so steep, they roll right back down and don't take very long to retrieve. The 2-2 pitch upcoming from Amador. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the top of the order to Hillary Akers. Very impressed with Akers this weekend, both at the plate and in the field. Amador comes inside, 2 for 2 with singles to left field today for Akers. She's going to try to extend this one to Tatum Biddick. Keep the Reddies alive. The 1-0 is a changeup that misses 2-0. Amador has to be careful with Akers. Got to be one of the best all-around players that helps Henderson. The 2-0 pitch outside. Catches the outside corner, I should say. I was a little bit ahead of that one. I thought that one was going to be ball 3. Instead, it's 2-1, so Amador a little bit better shape right now as Akers count 2-1, fouled back 2-2. Good matchup between Amador and Akers here. Went after that fastball. Does Amador try to come back with a changeup to see if she can take advantage of the aggressive swing from Akers? That's how the Tigers ended Thursday night's game. The strikeout of Maisie Jones with a changeup from Riley Stinson. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will wrap it up. The Tigers win the series 2-1. Here you get a look at the last pitch from Katie Amador. Goes upstairs. Akers can't catch up with it, and the Tigers win this one 9-0 in 5 innings. Amador will get the win. Ouachita, more importantly, goes to 14-16 in GAC play. And we'll wait until the conference declares it, but that is going to go a long way in clinching a tournament spot for the Tigers in the 2026 GAC softball tournament. The Tigers win the series 2-1, and what a weekend for Jordan Merritt. A grand slam Thursday night, multiple homer day today between the two games, and the big blast in the 3rd inning gave the Tigers some breathing room, and then they go on to win 9-0 in 5 innings. We thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law. You saw the list of students who were helping. It's been a beautiful Saturday. We thank you for tuning in. Thanks for their help. Again, the final score, Ouachita 9, Henderson State 0 in 5 innings. That wraps up the weekend. One more weekend of games here at P.T. Langston Field. We'll be back on the air Friday and Saturday with the final homestand of the 2026 season. It'll be senior weekend to recognize 3 seniors, Jesselyn Aarons, Remington Adams, and Hannah Hunter. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, and have a great rest of your Saturday, everybody. And as always, go Tigers.